Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Ram Prasad Prabhu and the team and all the kids for the wonderful kirtan. Hari Bol. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
So we
Krishna.
welcome all of you for the today's Chaitanya Charitamrita session. And as we all know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is now touring Vrindavan, the various places in Vrindavan. So we thought it would be very nice we can highlight and show some of the places, it's not just Vrindavan. We generally say it's Vrindavan, but it is actually, it covers a lot of places. It's called Mathura Mandal or Vraja Mandal, actually covers the entire area of, it includes Mathura, it includes various places which we will be seeing today. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally visited many of those places in this Vraja Mandal. So we thought it would be very nice, at least we can have a glimpse. Normally this takes a very long time, but it's like months and months the people do. Minimum 1 month is this parikrama. So you can understand how many places are there to visit and what can we do in 1 hour. It's totally impossible. But it is just a glimpse, and I can say like a taster session where we can all feel inspired, and by the mercy of Shri Radha and Krishna and Srila Prabhupada and Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we will be able to go one day, and visit these glorious places pastime places in Vraja Mandal. So with that hope, this is a small endeavor made to please the Lord. So let's get into it. And before that, I would like to, as we normally recite one verse, so I like to recite a verse before we get into this. So let us see. Actually, this is from Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 18. Yeah. So basically, we are reading the 18th chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita, where we saw last week Mahaprabhu visiting Govardhan, and now the other places in Vraja Mandal, which we will see today. So anyway, let's offer our prayers and begin the session. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnana-Anjana-Shalakaya Chakshurummilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahyam Dadati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yudapatakamallam Shri Gurum Vaishnamamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagadana Raghunatham Tam Sativam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saradana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitanamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Bhashyatadeshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim Yatkripatamaham Mande Shri Gurum Devatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Okay, so we will begin with this beautiful parikrama, virtual parikrama of Vraja Mandal, at least some of the places. So thank you, Naveen Prabhu, for being the admin and also for making this, helping us in making this PPT. Thank you so much. So let's get into it. Yeah, Prabhu. Shri Vraja Mandal Parikrama ki jai. So basically, Vraja Mandal Parikrama, as we know, it is also called Vraja Yatra or Braj. They call us B Braja. So it is basically, a circumambulation of 84 koshas, which is 300 kilometers walk. We can see here, which takes nearly 1 to 2 months, and covering a wide, a wider range of various places, which we are going to see now. So let's get into it. So it covers also, this Vraja Mandal covers the 7 forests. There are totally 12 forests, as we know, the very famous forest, 12 forests in Vrindavan. There are 7 forests which are on the western side of Yamuna, and 5 forests on the eastern side. So the 7 forests which are on the western side are under Krishna's jurisdiction, and the 5 forests are under Lord Balarama's. Yeah, Prabhu. So why Vraja Mandal Parikrama? So why one has to do Vraja Mandal Parikrama? The scriptures, many scriptures we can see, and glorified this Vraja Mandal Parikrama. So let's read few of those here. So from Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto 44th chapter 13th verse, it is mentioned that Punya Bata Vraja Bhuvo Yad Ayam Nirlinga Guda Purana Purusho Vanachitra Malya Ga Palayan Sahabala Kvanayam Shavenum Vikrida Yanchati Giritra Rama Chitrangri. How pious are the tract of land in Vraja, for there the primeval personality of Godhead, disguising himself with human traits, wanders about enacting his many pastimes. Adorned with wonderfully variegated forest garlands, he whose feet are worshipped by Lord Shiva and goddesses Rama, Rama is Lakshmi Devi, vibrates his flute as he tends the cows in the company of Balarama. Skanda Purana says, Parabrahman, the supreme absolute truth, is beyond the three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance. And because he pervades every single particle of the universe, he is called Vraja. Vraja means one who penetrates through. He is placed, the embodiment of eternity, knowledge, and bliss, is supremely brilliant and indestructible. Residing here and the supreme connoisseurs of ecstatic transcendental mellows who are liberated from material existence. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 5:17, Shri Gokula, the topmost abode, has many names: Vraja, Goloka, Svetadvipa, and Vrindavana. The scriptural benefits. So why we should do the Vraja Mandal Parikrama? Scriptures are saying what are the benefits. So many benefits are mentioned here. In the Mathura Mahatmya, it is mentioned that those who with firm faith and devotion for Lord Krishna perform the Parikrama, they will be freed from all sins and they will go back to Godhead at the time of death. Just by doing the Vraja Mandal Parikrama, one is freed from all kinds of sins and they will be able to go back home, back to Godhead. Adi Varaha Purana says that one who has visited all the 12 forests of Vrindavan has to no longer suffer the pangs of hellish life. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srila Rupa Goswami says that the result of traveling to the pilgrimage in the three worlds is achieved simply by touching the holy land of Vrindavan. Then Garga Samhita says visiting Vrindavan is equal to visualizing the Supreme Personality of God, Lord Sri Hari. That means face to face, having darshan of the Lord. Again, Mathura Mahatmya says all the sins accumulated through innumerable births can be destroyed in a second by staying in Vrindavan even for one day. Garga Samhita, walking in the holy land of Vrindavan is equal to the merit of going to different holy tithas with every step. Adi Varaha Purana, by bathing at any place in Vraja Mandal, a person is redeemed of all sins. So we can see that repeatedly the words mentioned are so pure, so sacred is this land. Just by touching the sacred land, mountains and mountains of sins which we have been accumulating over the many births gets destroyed and one can awaken their love for Krishna. So that's a glorious benefit of doing this Vraja Mandal. What kind of a mood we would require to perform Vraja Mandal Parikrama? As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always says, what is that? Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kitaniya Sadahari. In the Sikshashtakam 3rd verse, we see that being humble than a blade of grass. So at least when we go to this Vraja Mandal Parikrama or going to Vrindavan, the sacred land, the first mood is a mood of humility, being very humble, leaving all the egos, false ego, and in a very surrendered mood, because only by the mercy of Guru, Krishna, and the Vaishnavas that even one can touch the land. What to speak about, performing a parikrama in that holy land. Anytime we may get sick or anything can happen and then we may not be able to do. So we cannot depend on our competence, our strength, and our devotion, but rather be completely surrendered to the Lord and dependence, put all our dependence on Guru, Krishna and Vaishnavas, and in a very, very prayerful mood, free from all kind of fault finding and all kind of pride, with that very helpless mood, and the mood of humility, one should perform this Vraja Mandal Parikrama. And we can see here very nicely shown in the Govardhan Parikrama how the Vrajavasis offers, submit themselves. Actually, offering obeisances is a sign of surrender. It's a sign of submissiveness, surrendering oneself with the body, mind. Because when we are offer our the pranams or obeisances, that means, when it is mentioned that, Krishna also says, right, Manmanava Badbhakto Madhya Jimam Namaskuru. Offering obeisance is a very, very important element of devotional service. And when we offer obeisances, not only our body falls on the ground, our ego also falls down. And then mentally we offer prayers, and physically our body is offering pranams to the Lord. So mind, body, manasa, vacha, karma, we are offering ourselves to the Lord. So that is the mood. And we can see here how people not only walking and doing parikrama, there are many, many sadhus, devotees, they perform this Dandavat Parikrama. That means they offer pranams, and where the head is touching, again from there they will again fall and pay obeisances and further go. So we can here see Solya Sachinandan Maharaj and all great, saintly personalities, devotees offering Dandavat Parikrama in the Govardhan. Haribol. Okay, so with that humble mood, we are getting into Vraja Mandal Parikrama ki jai. Prabhu, can you keep the volume?
Prabhu, have you shared the computer sound?
How to do that, Prabhu?
So when you click share, there is a bottom left hand side, there is checkbox, share computer sound.
I have to do it again.
Select both checkboxes, Prabhu.
Yeah, there will be two checkbox, select both, and then sound will come. Otherwise, what will happen? It will play in your side, but we won't able to hear it.
Okay, otherwise we will skip this video, Prabhu.
No, Prabhu, you can stop the sharing and redo the sharing, and while redoing, you get an option.
Okay.
That's nice, we can show that.
Okay. It's not asking me, Prabhu.
No, it won't ask you. There will be a bottom left hand corner. There is a two check box. Yeah, now we are able to.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So we could see that. So how are we going to do this? Generally, anything we do, we don't do based on mental speculation or, okay, I like it, so I'm doing it. It's not like that. So we see that if you want to really progress spiritually, whatever we do is not based on our own desire or our own mind's concoction, but rather we follow the predecessor acharyas, the Mahajanas, the great personalities and the great teachers. So here also, this Vraja Mandal Parikrama is not that someone just thought and then we just go doing it. How, who and all has done this? So we are just trying to follow the footsteps of those great acharyas. So following the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally performed Vraja Mandal Parikrama, in the year 1515, with all his associates. He took them and to the various places in Vraja. So Mahaprabhu himself has done this Vraja Mandal Parikrama. Yes. And following the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Goswamis, the 6 Goswamis, they have also performed, this Vraja Mandal Parikrama. And many of them, in fact, they were actually their Bhajan Kutter and was in Vrindavan, so they were constantly, taking many of the people and many of the associates, they go together, doing this Parikrama. Yes. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he organized a very big Vraja Mandal Parikrama with thousands and thousands of devotees, taking them to the various pastime places. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is a great inspiration for the Vraja Mandal Parikrama. And our dear Srila Prabhupada also, in the year 1972, he took all the European devotees, the Western devotees, and he took them, to the Parikrama. So following all these great personalities' footsteps, today we see that the Vraja Mandal Parikrama happens, every year, and devotees, go to these various pastime places. Yeah. So let's seek the blessings and get permission for the Vraja Mandal Parikrama. So anything we do, as we all know, the most important thing, in the Damodar Leela also we see that 2-finger shot. The lesson we learn from the 2-finger shot is that one is our effort and the other finger represents the mercy of the Lord, right? And the blessings of the Lord. So it is not only the mercy and blessings of the Lord, but it is also, the blessings of devotees, Vaishnavas, Guru, Gauranga, and Vaishnavas. Always, anything we want to do, we want to take their permission, not information, but permission. Because permission means it is submitting ourselves. That means requesting their mercy. Information means it is arrogance. So in the modern world, we see the trend is to, even the children also, in those days, the children, the way it is brought up is that the children should ask the permission from the parents. And, the student should ask permission from the teachers. That's a way of respecting. And it's a sign of respect. But today's world, you see that who asks permission from whom? Generally, it is information. So we see that that is actually a sign. That's why, Kali Yuga progresses and progresses. Those kind of humility, the etiquettes all are disappearing. And so information is not the right sign, but rather permission. And the permission actually, touches the heart of the other person. When we go and seek the permission from a senior person or from the acharyas or from the Lord or from the Vaishnavas, it brings a lot of mercy, so that's why it's very important. So let's take, and who are these personalities listed here? Actually, it is mentioned that, the prema, which is, called as a Braja Prem or Krishna Prem, which is the rarest treasure, which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 500 years before, he came down to give freely to everyone. And which Srila Prabhupada, has risked his own life to distribute all over the world. It's not something which is very easy to get. It's a very, very rare product. But how one can get this Braja Prema, or one, if you want to enter into that mood of Braja, who can give us that mercy? It is mentioned in the scriptures that there are 6 personalities whom we should actually approach in a mood of humility and devotion and seek their blessings. Then we can get this Vraja Prema, or even to enter into the mood of Vrindavan, the real mood, the proper mood. We need these blessings from all these personalities. And who are the personalities? Giriraj Govardhan. Last week we discussed about Giriraj Govardhan. I can go very elaborate, but we have the time constraints, so we will do it little fast, and maybe we will, Krishna willing, we will do a one-day session, entering into many beautiful pastime places. So first permission, it's not just the order, but all these personalities. So Giriraj Govardhan being the Hari Deva and Hari Dasa, the Supreme Lord, and at the same time, this the best of the servants. We need to seek, his blessings to get the mood of Vraja. And Gopeshan Mahadev, which is Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva who took the mood of a gopi, who took the form of a gopi to enter into Rasalila. So he could not enter, but he witnessed. So Lord Shiva is the Kshetrapal. He guards the sacred land of Vraja, not only Vraja, but all the sacred land of Krishna, wherever all the holy places, Kshetrapal, is Lord Shiva. He guards a place, and he is the best of all the Vaishnavana, Yata Shambhu, topmost Vaishnava, who can award us that blessings. So we have to, seek blessings from Lord Shiva. And Tulasi Devi, because Vrindavan, comes from the word Vrinda, right? It is a forest of Vrinda Devi. She is the, a superintendent. She is the, controller there. And she can bestow us the blessings and to get the blessings of Radha and Krishna. So we have to pray to Tulasi Devi, because in the Tulasi Pranam we say, Seva Adhikara Diye Koro Nijadasi. Seva Adhikar. Who can give the Adhikar? Who can give that right? To serve. Only Vrinda Devi assigns service. Okay, when we go to spiritual world also, who gives us service? It is Vrinda Devi who tells us, okay, you have to do this service. So Vrinda Devi is the one who assigns service. So we need to take her blessings. Dear Vrinda Devi, please allow us to enter into Vrindavan. Allow us to serve, the divine couple. So Tulasi Devi only can give us the blessings. Yamuna Devi, she is, liquid prema or Krishna prema, and all the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, you see that it was done either on the banks of Yamuna or in the waters of Yamuna. So she is very glorious and very dear to Krishna. So we pray to Yamuna Devi, to give her blessings, to enter into Vrindavan. And then also the entire Guru Parampara, they are, the embodiment of pure devotion service. So we have to pray to all of them, the 6 Goswamis and the Guru Parampara, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gaur Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, His Divine Grace, His Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, and all the Guru Vrindas, the disciples, of Srila Prabhupada, and, the residents of Vrindavan. So these personalities, the Guru Vrinda, or the eternal, they are also the eternal residents of Vrindavan. They are always in the mood of Vrindavan. And the Vraja Vasis, because they are so glorious that they have got this special blessing to appear on the sacred land. So we seek all of these personalities' blessings before even entering into the Dham, and then to get the blessings of the Queen of Vrindavan, Srimati Radharani. Radharani is the Queen of Vrindavan. Without her, we cannot get Krishna's love. We cannot even get the attention of Krishna. If Radharani recommends, then we can get, Krishna will look at us. So the divine couple, Radha and Krishna, we can get their mercy by following, by getting into seeking the blessings from all these personalities, the 6 personalities, the Brajavasis, and then to, Radharani herself, and then, Radha Krishna together. So Shri Radhalandanishwar ki jai. So then let's get into where we are going to go now. So let's see. So it's so glorious. See how to prepare the mood, first of all. That itself is very important. So first we are setting the mood. Then we are entering into all these very wonderful places. Vraja Mandal Parikrama ki jai. With the blessings and permission, let's get into the Vraja Mandal Parikrama. Hari Hari Bol. So Vraja Mandal covers all these areas. It's not just Vrindavan, it's Vrindavan, Mathura, Radhakund, Govardhan, Kamyavan, Unchagram, Varsana, Nandagram, everything is covered. Basically, all the 12 forests will also come, and also the Mathura. The Mathura area fully also comes under the Vraja Mandal. That's why it's called Mathura Mandal or Vraja Mandal, the 84 koshas, which is like 300 kilometers. So let's see. Actually, we could not cover, because in each place, there are hundreds and hundreds of pastime places. Just imagine, even it's not possible to put in a slide. So in each place, we have only covered few areas. So we will, main places we have covered for now. Maybe later we can go into an elaborate session. Okay, let's get into Vrindavan. So in Vrindavan, we will first enter into the, the parikrama generally starts from Raman Reti, which is the, the place where Krishna and Balaram perform the pastimes. The sand is like a very fine, soft sand. From there, the whole pastime, the whole parikrama starts, the Vraja Mandal. And the Krishna Balaram tree is also there, which we will see shortly. Then we are now going to see the first, because we thought we will have darshan of all the 7 main temples. There are more than nearly 5,000 temples are there. But the 7 temples are the primary temples, or the 7 temples. There are 6 Goswami temples plus Loknath Goswami, who is also considered as the 7th Goswami. So their temples we will first see now before going to Raman Reti. So I will tell the pastime of Raman Reti when it comes there. Okay, Prabhu. No, go forward. Sorry. So this is Radha Madan Mohan by Sanatan Goswami, Radha Govinda Rupa Goswami, Radha Raman Gopala Bhatta Goswami, Radha Damodar Jiva Goswami, Radha Gokulananda Mandir Lokanath Goswami, Gopinath Mandir Madhu Pandit Goswami, Radha Shyama Sundar Shyamananda Pandit. Okay. So this is the Radha Madan Mohan temple, which was built. I mean, it's a personal deity, Radha Madan Mohan. You can see on the right side, worshipped by Sanatana Goswami. And this is a beautiful temple. In fact, this is a first built temple in Vrindavan. Actually, the Goswamis, they were only, staying under the tree. They were very simple. They were just wearing a loin cloth and simply going and taking madhukari and taking, their prasadam, cooking and offering to Krishna, and they were taking prasadam. So very simple life. They were just living under the tree. How can they build big temples? But the thing is that, because they are pure devotees, just by their desire, Krishna fulfills, and because Sanatana Goswami has a desire to build a temple for Madan Mohan, one very famous merchant, came, Krishna came in the dream of one merchant, and then he came and donated, and he built this temple in Vrindavan. But actually, it is a very, very huge temple. But during the Mughal rule, as you know, Aurangzeb, he destroyed many temples. So structures, basically. So some structures were, little bit, broken, but we can see the main temple here. And this is, the Radha Madan Mohan. And Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, whom we are reading every week, who has written this Chaitanya Charitamrita, he prayed to the Madan Mohana deity, please give permission to write Chaitanya Charitamrita. And a garland fell from Radha Madan Mohan. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami mentions that Radha Madan Mohan are my directors. They are dictating and I am writing, because Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, when he wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita, he was 90 plus years, very old, and his hands were trembling, shaking, and he can't even hold, to write, but by the mercy of, so he says that by the mercy of Madan Mohana, that I could write this. So this is so every pastime place is glorious. So Radha Madan Mohan ki jai. We are so fortunate. We are having the darshan of this, all these deities virtually. And this is Radha Govinda Mandir, very beautiful. You can see the temple, which is, the deity Radha Govinda personally worshipped by Srila Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami, that is Sanatana Goswami. We can see this Radha Govinda temple, very, very beautiful temple. And Radha Madan Mohan also, he is a Sambandha deity. We know Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. Sambandha means the relationship deity, the 3 principal, essence, or I should say that in our devotional life, these are the 3 important things. One is we should develop a relationship with Krishna, and then to develop that relationship, we need a process. And by doing that, once we know the relationship, then we engage in that process or the service, and that leads one to get Krishna Prema. So the Sambandha deity is Madan Mohan. The Abhideya deity, that is the process of Krishna consciousness, the Seva, the 9 process of devotion service. So the Abhideya deity is Govinda. Okay, next one, Prabhu. So this is Radha Raman Mandir, which is Gopala Bhatta Goswami. Gopala Bhatta Goswami is from South India. He's a son of Venkata Bhatta from Srirangam. He was the main priest of Srirangam, and his son Gopala Bhatta followed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was there in Srirangam, and then he came to Vrindavan. And Gopala Bhatta is a very small, beautiful, cute deity of Radha Raman, a self-manifested deity. Actually, it was a salagram, and Gopala Bhatta Goswami was desiring, oh, how will I put ornaments and clothing and everything for my shalagram? The next day, he could see that the beautiful Krishna manifested in that salagram form. That is the Radha Raman, beautiful deity of Radha Ramana. You know. And then Jiva Goswami, so Rupa Sanatana Goswami, so he's a nephew of Rupa and Sanatana Goswami, is a Jiva Goswami. It is a brother's son, Jiva Goswami. So Jiva Goswami has written so many wonderful literatures, and his worshipable deity is Radha Damodara. And Radha Damodar Mandir is so famous. Srila Prabhupada, before going to West, he stayed in this in Radha Damodar temple for 6 years, and there he wrote the many wonderful, the Bhagavatam and all that, and then he took it to, and every day he used to pray to Radha Damodar and the various samadhis in the Radha Damodar courtyard for Rupa Sanatana Goswamis, praying for their mercy to fulfill the mission of his spiritual master Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Shri Radha Damodar Bhagavan ki jai. Okay. So Shri Radha Gokulananda Mandir is established by Lokanath Goswami. Lokanath Goswami is an amazing associate. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when you read the pastime of Lokanatha Goswami, every moment, we cannot just control our tears. That he cannot bear even a single second of separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That was his Lokanath Goswami's heart, was always, to be in the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered him go to Vrindavan, he was in great, he fainted that Mahaprabhu, I cannot be separated from you. But Mahaprabhu said, no, you go, I am coming. Like that, Mahaprabhu went. And then when he came to know that, he went to Vrindavan. Then after that, he wanted to see Mahaprabhu, and then he was following where Mahaprabhu went. But every place he went, the people would say that just now Mahaprabhu left to the next place. Then he will go to the next place, Mahaprabhu left. Like that, he was following him for 6 long years, I think more than that. And then when he came back again to, Jagannath Puri, he came to know that Mahaprabhu left the world. He broke down completely. So he's an amazing personality, and this Lokanath Goswami is such a wonderful, amazing devotee. His deities, personal deities, are called Radha Vinoda, but the temple is called Radha Gokulananda Mandir, and his disciple, only disciple, is the very wonderful Narottama Das Thakur. So it's this very, very beautiful temple. Yes, Prabhu, next one. Madhu Pandit Goswami. Radha Gopinath is the Prayojana deity. Sambandha deity Madan Mohan, Abhideya deity Govinda, and Prayojana deity is Radha Gopinath. Very beautiful deities. Madhu Pandit Goswamis worship these deities, and this is a beautiful temple. Very, very nice. Gopinath. And Radha Shyamasundar deity is worshipped by Shyamananda Pandit. I will tell you, I don't know whether that is there. Anyway, I'll tell you here only. Shyamananda Pandit is also a very great associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he's such a great, amazing personality. His name was not Shyamananda before. His name was Dukhi Krishnadas. Dukhi Krishnadas was his original name. And this Dukhi Krishnadas was actually sweeping, that Seva Kunj, which is the pastime place of Krishna and Radha Krishna. And then one fine day he got an ankle, the ankle bells. And then he took that ankle bells and he was seeing that, whose one is that? And that time one, Gopi came. No, not Gopi. She's a cowherd girl. She came and then she asked, can you give this ankle bells, this belongs to our queen. So then Shyamananda Pandit said that, I will only personally give, whoever it is, I will only come and give. Okay, then actually it was Lalita Sakhi who came as a cowherd girl to get that for Radharani. It is Radharani's ankle bells. When Radha and Krishna performed pastimes, the ankle bells of Radharani got lost there. And so she came as a cowherd girl to get it. So now Shyamananda Pandit said that, who was Krishnadas, Dukhi Krishnadas, he said that I will only personally come to give. He didn't know that it is Radharani, and he didn't know it is Lalita Devi. And anyway, she took him, and then he said, asked him to dip in in the river. And when he came out, he became like a gopi. And then in that gopi form, he took, Lalita Devi took him to, Radharani. And when Radharani saw, he was very pleased to see the ankle bells. And then she took that ankle bells and touched on the forehead of Shyamananda. And that became like a tilak, a special tilak, Shyamananda tilak. And then she gave the name also. Hereafter, you're not Dukhi Krishnadas, you are Shyamananda. Shyama is also another name of Radharani, not only Krishna, Radharani. Because you pleased me by giving this ankle bells, you are also you will be called as Shyamananda. So in that way, Shyamananda Pandit got this very great opportunity, very great blessing to see Radharani and get touched by our ankle bells. That's so glorious. So these personalities are not normal personalities. The 6 Goswamis and this personalities whom we are going to talk, they are not ordinary human beings. They are all Manjaris and Sakhis serving Shri Radha and Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan. They have come down to this material world to deliver all the fallen conditioned souls. Come like an ordinary person, they have come down. But they are all very liberated personalities, eternally liberated personalities. So we have to understand that we cannot just think they are like a human being. So they always had a conversation with Radha and Krishna, serving them very intimately. So this is a very beautiful temple of Shri Radha Shyama Sundar. So let's continue the other places in Vrindavan. So we saw all the 7 beautiful temples, main temples. Now, this is a Raman Reddy I was talking about. The sand is used to be very, very fine sand. I am getting into, each place when you see, you feel like speaking so much, but there are so much to cover. But anyway, I'll say here, this Raman Reddy sand is so soft because Krishna told Mother Yashoda that, Mother Yashoda said, I have, Krishna, I made a very special shoes for you. So please wear the shoes when you're going, for grazing the cows, because your soft foot will be hurt by the thorns, And then Krishna thought for a while, and then he said, no, I cannot go. I cannot wear shoes just like that. If you promise that you will give shoes to all my cows, then only I will go, because Krishna loves cows. Namo Brahmana Devaya Ko Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha. Hitaya Cha. So Krishna is always a well-wisher of cows, and Gopal, maintainer of cows. So he wanted the cows to have the shoes, and Mother Yashoda said, how possible it is for all these thousands of cows to give shoes. So then, so Krishna also did not. Then immediately when the cows heard, then Krishna said, then I will not also wear the shoes. So when the cows heard the conversation and the love of Krishna for them, they were so moved. So all the cows, they came together, and they were, with their horns, they were digging the earth and making the sand, very, very soft, so that Krishna's, soft feet will not get hurt. So that's why when the Raman Reddy sand we see, it's like, as if like a soft bed. So Krishna and Balarama could, do all their pastimes without, feeling any inconvenience. So it is a reciprocation of love of the cows and Krishna. So that's a Raman Reddy where, even our Krishna Balaram temple, beautiful temple is there, which we will see later. And this is a Krishna Balaram tree, which you're seeing on the right side, where Krishna and Balaram performed a lot of pastimes with his cowherd friends. Also, Radha and Krishna performed pastimes there. Sorry. So this is the Varaha Gata. Varaha Dev, after killing the great demon Hiranyaksha, we know that, right? Mother Earth was, Lord came as Varaha to lift Mother Earth and protected Mother Earth from Hiranyaksha. So that pastime happened here, and then Varahadev spoke Adi Varaha Purana to Bhumi Devi. That is his place, Varaha Gata. Yeah. So Madan Ter Gata is also, this is a place where, Madan is a Cupid. Manmada, they say Madan is a Cupid. So Cupid, he came here and he thought, okay, I will actually now shoot my arrows on Krishna because the Cupids, he always wants to, distract. When anyone is shot by the arrow of Cupid, their life is gone, right? They will become mad completely. So this Cupid thought to shot an arrow of love on Krishna. But when he came to see Krishna, seeing the beauty of Krishna, the Madana, the Cupid was completely, fascinated, bewildered, and then he fainted. So that was the beauty of Krishna. That's why Krishna is called Madana Mohana. Madana is beautiful, but Madana Mohana, even the Madan, the Kama, the Lord of Kama or the Cupid, he gets, allured by the beauty of Krishna. That's why he's called Madana Mohana, who enchants even Cupid. So that is this Madan Ter Gata. Okay, this is Kalia Gata, where we know this very famous pastime of Kalia, the snake. Kalia wanted, he made the river Yamuna poisonous. And so the cowherd boys and they could not come and drink. The cows could not come and drink the water. They could not perform, anything, on the waters of Yamuna because of Kalia. So then Krishna danced on the, head of the hoods of Kalia and, crushed his pride of Kalia. Actually, if you see, this is the only demon who was not killed by Krishna, even though, Agasura, Bagasura, so many people, Krishna, killed them. But here Kalia got, even though the killed means they got liberated by Krishna, of course. Here also they got liberated, Kalia got liberated, but Krishna did not kill him because Kalia's wives, the Nagapatnis, they offered such wonderful prayers to Krishna to forgive their husbands. So Krishna actually, accepted the prayers of the Nagapatnis and left Kalia, without killing him. So this beautiful dancing of Kalia Nartana happened in this Kalia Gata. So this is Prabodhananda Saraswati, Bhajan Kutir and Samadhi. Prabodhananda Saraswati is the uncle of Gopala Bhatta Goswami. The Gopala Bhatta Goswami is the very famous, one of the 6 Goswamis. His uncle is Prabodhananda Saraswati. In fact, they say he's a spiritual master as well. And Prabodhananda Saraswati is an amazing, devotee, liberated personality. And his songs are full of very, many, many songs he has composed on Krishna. So it's very amazing. It's Bhajan Kutir and Samadhi we can see in this place. Yeah. This is Dwadasa Aditya Tila or called Dwadasa Aditya Tirtha. So Krishna, after, in waters of Yamuna, killing Kalia, right? So the Yamuna water is so cool, So Krishna's body became very cold. So what happened was Adityas. Adityas means the 12 Adityas. They are the forms of sun god. So the 12 of them, they all came together, to give the warmth for Krishna. The 12 Adityas, Dwadasa Aditya, they say. So they came together to give, because Krishna might be feeling very cold. So let us give that warmth to Krishna. So they all came together and gave the service to Krishna. So at this particular place, so that place is called Dwadasa Aditya Tirtha. Okay. Bhajan Kutter of Sanatana Goswami. So Sanatana Goswami performed the Bhajan Kutter in this particular place. So that we can see here. Yeah, because all this mainly Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami's samadhis are all there in Vrindavan. And this is Sanatana Goswami's samadhi also. And Advaita Vata. Advaita Vata is Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya came here to this place, and then he, prayed also in this particular tree, in this Vata, this Advaita Vata. And then he got the opportunity to meet Madhavendra Puri also. So this place is the Advaita Vata, where Lord Chaitanya. And this is a very dearest place of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Is called Imli Tala. Imli is a tamarind and the Tala is a tree, so it is a tamarind tree, also called Tentuli Tala. This is one of the very favorite places of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The reason being, when Radharani, she whenever she was feeling separation from Krishna, Radharani would come under this tamarind tree, and she would remember all the pastimes with Krishna, in that particular, in this tamarind, under the tamarind tree, and she will be remembering Krishna so much, and tears, flowing incessantly, and remembering Krishna there under the tree, she will feel very pacified. So because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is mood of Radharani, so when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Vrindavan also, his favorite place was this Imli Tala. He would also come and sit under this tamarind tree, and he would remember all the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So that happened in this Imli Tala. In fact, every single day, apart from Vraja Mandal Parikrama, Mahaprabhu did other times, Mahaprabhu would come every single day, and also he would sit and do the japa. That's why we can see here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Vigraha, is there, and the deity is there, and also Mahaprabhu does his japa. He will come and sit there and do the japa. So that is this place. Okay, Prabhu. Shringar Vat, as the name goes, Shringar, the decoration. So Krishna would, decorate Radharani's hair. He will comb Radharani's hair and dress her with ornaments and cosmetics and all this very special thing. We can see it's a very famous place of Shringar Vat. This pastime happened here. Jadu Mandal. This is also, they say, this is the place where, this, I told you the Shamananda Pandit pastime, right? Where he found the ankle bells. Jadu is sweeping, basically. Actually, this is a place Shamananda Pandit was sweeping, and he found that ankle bells of Srimati Radharani. That is called the Jadu Mandal. Yes. Jiva Goswami Samadhi. So we could see Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Jiva Goswami, all their samadhis, are there in Vrindavan. So Jiva Goswami. So the samadhi places are very, very great place, because their transcendental body is put in samadhi there. So these places, when we go there and offer our prayers, we see that the spiritual desires getting fulfilled, and it is especially very, very potent and powerful place when we go and sit and do our japa, offer our prayers. So whenever we go to Vrindavan, not just that we go to all the pastime places alone, but we should definitely go and visit all the samadhi mandirs and bhajan kuttars, because through their mercy of these personalities, great personalities and pure devotees, only we can actually understand something about Radha and Krishna. So it's a very important place. Yes. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, whom we are reading every Monday, the beautiful Chaitanya Charitamrita. We can see here is the chanting. This thing is also there, the japa beats and everything. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Samadhi. Very good. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Pushpa Samadhi. So we see that, the Acharyas, they have two kinds of samadhis, different kinds of samadhis. Actually, I will tell that soon. One kind of samadhi is actual samadhi. That means their body is, put there. Sometime the body is actually put in a different place, and Pushpa Samadhi, the flowers alone are taken and kept in one place and then made a Samadhi. So that is called Pushpa Samadhi. So in the case of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the original Samadhi is in Navadip, in Mayapur Dham, and we can see the Pushpa Samadhi is in Vrindavan. Whereas Srila Prabhupada's Samadhi is in Vrindavan, but his Pushpa Samadhi is in Mayapur Dham. So equally it is glorious. So we can offer our prayers at these places. Pushpa Samadhi. Yes, Prabhu. Srila Rupa Goswami's Bhajan Kutar and Samadhi also we could see here, which is all in the courtyard of Radha Damodar temple. Hari Bol. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada's Bhajan Kutar. This is a room, Radha Damodar temple we were talking about. This is a room of Srila Prabhupada in Radha Damodar temple, which is also consists of Bhajan Kutar. And Srila Prabhupada even once confidentially said that he's eternally present in this room in Radha Damodara. And he would see that through that, you can see, that window, he can see the Samadhi of Rupa Goswami and all the Goswamis, and he would offer his prayers while writing his books. Yeah. Shyamananda Tilak, I think I told the story in advance, which I was telling, the Shyamananda Pandit, when we were talking about the beautiful Shyamananda, and Radharani also gave the deity. So not only she gave the name, you can see here Radharani putting the tilak for Dukhi Krishnadas, who later became Shyamananda. And also it is a Samadhi Mandir there. And Radharani also asked Lalita Devi to give a deity to worship for Shyamananda Pandit, and that deity became the Radha Shyamasundar deity. So just imagine getting from the hands of Srimati Radharani herself. Okay. Niduvan is one of the Upavanas. So there are main 12 forests, and there are sub-forests, or you can say like a small forest, Upavanas. There are many small forests are there. So Niduvana is also one of the small forests where Radha and Krishna's many pastimes happened in Niduvana. Yeah, Keshi Ghat. So Keshi Ghat is a place where Krishna killed the demon Kesi. Anyone remembers what form Kesi came to kill Krishna? Horse. Yes, very nice. So, Krishna, the Kamsa, in fact, Kamsa sent so many demons, right? The last demon Kamsa sent was Kesi, the horse demon. So after that, what happened was Kesi Ghat, the Kesi demon Krishna killed. After that, Krishna actually Akrura took him to Mathura. So Kesi is the last demon Krishna liberated. Yes, and this is the Keshi Ghat. Lokanath Goswami Samadhi. So all the Goswami Samadhis are here. Gopala Bhatta Goswami, so Samadhi is also there. Very well. Radha Kanta Mandir. Radha Kanta Mandir is also, it's, I think it is Srinivasa Acharya who worshipped Radha Kanta deities. He's Gopala Bhatta Goswami's disciple, Srinivasa Acharya, the very famous Srinivasa Acharya. Radha Kanta deities, and the temple we can see here. Vamshi Vata is a very, very famous place. As we all know, Vamsi is flute. Vata is a tree. So this tree under where Krishna played the flute. The Venu Gita also, here only Krishna played the flute, and gopis heard a special note. He played a special note on the flute, and when the gopis were doing various household work, they dropped everything and then came to see Krishna. So that very famous Vamsi Vat, that Krishna played the flute, is this beautiful famous tree, Vamsi Vat. Gopeshwar Mahadev Mandir, as we all know, Lord Shiva, is Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambho. So Lord Shiva also desired that I also want to see the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, but he was not allowed because only, no male can enter except Krishna. So then, and also only the gopis are allowed inside. So then Gopi, Lord, so the gopis told Lord Shiva to take a dip in the Manasarovara and come. So when Lord Shiva dipped in Manasarovara, he got this gopi form, and he was allowed, to witness the pastimes of. And this name was also given by Krishna. Krishna named the gopi as Gopeshwar. So Gopeshwar Mahadev Mandir. We can see here how Lord Shiva is decorated, right? Yeah, that's a gopi. Brahmakunda. Brahmakunda is formed of the tears of Brahma, they say. That Brahma was was feeling very, sad, that he was very repentant basically after, doing, kidnapping all the cowherd boys and the cows and the calves, when they were doing the picnic with Krishna. So Brahma Vimohana Leelas, we know Brahma got bewildered and he stole all the cows and calves. Then later he felt, oh, what a mistake I have done. And he was very repentant. And then with the tears, this Brahma Kunda was formed. And also many pastimes of Radha Krishna happen also in Brahma Kunda. 64 Samadhi Pita. This is a very important, this is a 64, associates or the followers, very principal associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, very dear devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Their samadhis are all there in this particular place. 64 Samadhi Pita. Very, they are also called Mahantas, 64 Samadhi of the principal followers or devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami's Samadhi is also here. One of the 6 Goswamis, Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami. And he was, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally ordered him to remain in Vrindavan, to remain as a brahmachari and to remain in Vrindavan and, perform various devotional service. So Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami is the son of Tapan Mishra, and he, and he stayed in Vrindavan and did many various glorious devotional service. One of the 6 Goswamis, yes. Pani Gata. Pani Gata is basically what happened was when the gopis, they wanted to go across one particular village, and they could see the Yamuna was completely overflowing, and there were no boats available. And Srimati Radharani and all the gopis went to Krishna. You can see on the right side. They went to Krishna and asked how we would be able to cross Yamuna and go to the other side. Then Krishna said, Yamuna will give way if you say these things. He gave some instruction. And when Radharani told that, Radharani and all the gopis said that, immediately Yamuna gave way and they could walk and then go to the other side. And what did Krishna say? Krishna said that Krishna, the brahmachari, then, we may want, so because many times we may mistake Krishna. Sometimes people mistake Krishna because, Krishna is with all the cowherd, gopis, Radharani. So sometimes the mundane vision, because in the material world, we see a boy and a girl or, their relationship and things like that. We may put those impressions on, the spiritual personalities also, even on the Lord himself. We may think Krishna is also like going with some girls and, like that. So sometimes we may put a material vision. So this pastime shows that the moment the gopis and all the Radharani and the gopis said Krishna, the brahmachari, then immediately Yamuna gave way and they could pass. So Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and his form is Sachidananda Vigraha. Krishna don't have to look for any women, to get any enjoyment, because he's Atma Rama, he's self-satisfied. And in fact, all these gopis and Radharani herself is his Hladini potency. Krishna, from Krishna's body expanded Radharani. They are Ekatanu. is they are, basically Krishna and Radha are two. They look two, but they're actually one. The one expanded as two. And then again, the two came back as one, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it's Radha and Krishna are one and the same. But Krishna expanded as a Radharani, as a Kladini potency, one who gives a pleasure potency. So she is non-different from Krishna himself. And all the gopis are expansions of Krishna. So we should not put, they are all spiritual energies of Krishna. So we should not put any material vision. So this pastime also brings the point that how one cannot see things in a material eyes. That's why, it is mentioned in the Brahma Samhita, and Srila Prabhupada often repeatedly mentions Radha and Krishna pastimes are beyond our imagination. We have no eligibility and purity or devotion to talk about it. Only when we, raise ourselves in our spiritual life and come to that platform of a Sutta Sattva, pure goodness, then one can actually understand Radha Krishna pastimes. We are in the mode of passion and ignorance all the time, mode of tamas and rajas. What can we understand of this, pure goodness? We cannot understand anything. So that's why we don't go very deep into it, because we cannot really appreciate or understand. So here, that's why Prabhupada always says, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. Lord Brahmaji says in Brahma Samhita, only when your eyes are anointed, when our eyes are anointed with love, then one can actually see the pastimes of Radha and Krishna in a proper mood. But our eyes are anointed with all the anarthas. So what happens is that only even spiritual things, we see material things. Pure devotees, material things, they see spiritual, they see in a spiritual mood. But we see everything in a material platform. So we have to be very careful while reading these pastimes or seeing anything. We should understand that we are not in that level. And so, we should not, see things in a material perspective. That's the point. Okay, Prabhu, next one. Krishna Balram Mandir, the very famous Krishna Balram Mandir, where we go. This is in Raman Reddy, as I was mentioning, Srila Prabhupada, established this very beautiful Krishna Balram Mandir, and we can see the darshan of Krishna and Balaram. And there is Radha Shyamasundar also there, and Gaur Nitai are also there. So Srila Prabhupada, how, in 10 years span, 108 temples he established, very, very big, huge temples. So just unimaginable. The Srila Prabhupada, brought Vrindavan to the whole world. Vrindavan is in one place, but Srila Prabhupada brought Vrindavan to the whole world. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Yes. So yes, Prabhu, next we go. So we'll little places in all these places we'll go. I will be a little more faster. Vrindavan, I wanted to spend a little more time. Mathura, because Mathura also many holy places are there. Vishram Ghat is a place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also rested here. Krishna rested here because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was visiting Vraja Mandal, he came there and he actually rested in this place, Vishram, resting. So this is a Vishram Ghat, yes, Prabhu. Yamaraj Yamuna Mandir. So this is, the Surya Dev's son is Yamaraj. We have this Bhai Dooj celebrations, right? The brother, the sister praying for brother and all that. So in that day, they actually pray to Yamuna Devi also, because Yamuna Devi gave a boon that whoever visits her on that day, they will be free from premature death. So we see that all the brothers visit the sisters, and that day the sisters pray for the well-being of the brothers. All this from Bhai Dooj, because Yama and Yamuna are brothers. Yeah. This is the one. Pipaleshwar Mahadev is a Lord Shiva temple. We see that the Lord Shiva is in every single place. In all the forests we see. In Kamyavan, he's Kameshwar, and then he's in Nandagram, he's Nandishwar, then he's Gopeshwar, and then here we see Pipaleshwar. So every sacred forest of Vraja, Lord Shiva is also there as Kshetrapal, guarding this holy dham. Yeah. Prachin Janmastan, Vasudev Devaki Mandir, the very old temple where you have, where Kamsa's, the prison house. where we can see Vasudev, Devaki, and Krishna. This Janmastan is there. There are many places. We are just a few places we are highlighting because of the time. Okay, Radha Kund Prabhu. We all know Radha Kund is the, Radha Kund and Shama Kund are considered as the two eyes of Govardhan, and it is considered as the most sacred place in the universe. And many holy places are there. One is Janava Mata Baitak, where Janava Mata, when she came, she stayed in this place, a sitting place of Janava Mata. So we can see here who is the eternal consort of Nityananda Prabhu. Raghunatha Dasa Goswami Samadhi, because Raghunath Dasa Goswami spent all his life in Radha Kund only. After coming from Jagannath Puri with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he spent a considerable time. Then after that, he came to Raghunath Dasa Goswami came here to Vrindavan, and he used to tell all the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to the associates of Mahaprabhu. Yes. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Bhajan Kutter is there in the Radha Kund, Yeah. And this is Chaitanya Baitak, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's event. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came and he sat in this place, Chaitanya Baitak. Then we have Nityananda Baitak also. Nityananda Prabhu also visited here. So that is also there. Yes. We go to Govardhan. Govardhan we already covered last week, so we have not put any place at this moment. Govardhana we covered last week. So we will see the other places now. Kamyavan, Govindaji and Vrinda Devi. So actually, why it says Govindaji and Vrinda Devi? Because Srila Rupa Goswami is the one who actually found Vrinda Devi and Govinda deity. Because I think it's also from I think it's Brahmakund. Brahmakund is also, I think, where Rupa Goswami got, Vrinda Devi came in the dream of Rupa Goswami, and he told that I'm actually in one of the kundas here, please come and take me. And so from there, this deity was taken and then was worshipped. So the Vrinda Devi deity is actually came by the mercy of Rupa Goswami. And Kamya Vana means the very special Vana which fulfills the Kama, the desires of the devotees. So Vrinda Devi, very beautiful Vrinda Devi temple. If we go there, we can see Vrinda Kund and so many parrots chirping there. Very beautiful place. Yes, Prabhus. Chaurashi Kamba. Chaurashi Kamba means 84 pillars. It is basically Nanda Bhavan. Nanda Maharaj has got his palace in few of the places in Vraja. So one place, here in Kamyavan also he had a palace which is called Chaurashi Kamba, which is a palace of 84 pillars, Nanda Bhavan. Vishnu Simhasana as Lord Vishnu, Darshana as a Lord Vishnu, and as Lakshmi was given at this place, Vishnu Simhasana. Vimala Kund. Vimala Kund is actually, there was a king by name Vimala, who was actually from a Sindh province. His daughters, they got special mercy. Krishna fulfilled the desires of the daughters of King Vimala. And he had many daughters, and they prayed to Krishna, and Krishna fulfilled their desire in this place. So this place became famous as Vimala Kunda. Actually, it's Kameshwar Mahadev, who fulfills the desires of his devotees to serve Krishna, Lord Shiva, actually, as Kameshwar Mahadev in Kamyavan. Pancha Pandava Mandir. So the Pancha Pandavas, they also came here in this place. So this place, there is a temple of all the Pancha Pandavas. Dharmakunda, especially for Yudhishthira Maharaj, because here Yamaraj, he came, and the pastime where Yamaraj, actually Yudhishthira Maharaj came in search of his 4 brothers, because they went to take water, and when they took water from this particular pond, they all fainted, because Yamaraj was testing them. And when Yudhishthira Maharaj came, only the sound was coming. And then he said that I will ask you a few questions. If you answer, then only you will, your brothers will all be, brought back. So then Yamaraj asks questions and Yudhishthira Maharaj answers. So this is a place in Dharma Kunda, or also called Panchapanava Kunda. Chandra Sarovar is a place where the moon was shown to Krishna, where so many moons came. Mother Yashoda, I was telling about this Chandra Sarovara. So Mother Yashoda is telling, I will give you moon if you eat nicely. Krishna's childhood pastimes. So then Krishna would eat, and Mother Yashoda would bring him here and show so many moons on the Sarovara. Rameshwara Setubandha, we know that the monkeys all made this beautiful bridge for Lord Rama to go to Lanka, to kill Ravana. They did this glorious service for Lord Rama, right? So when one time what happened was, there was a particular time when Yamuna was so much overflowing, and the gopis all came to Krishna and they said, Krishna, everyone is telling that you are also Lord Rama and you are this and you are that. Okay, if you are Lord Rama, then you prove to us that you make a bridge so that we can cross this bridge and go to the other side. We want to see that you can get your monkey army to do this bridge. So immediately Krishna brought all the monkeys. Immediately Krishna desired, the monkeys came and the monkeys built this bridge, and then the gopis, they crossed this bridge and went to the other side. So enacting that pastime of Rameshwar Setubandha. So that's why this place is Rameshwara Setubandha. Gaya Kunda is a place where Nanda Maharaj performed, Shraddha ceremony for all his ancestors. So because this place where he performed the Shraddha for the ancestors, it is as glorious as Gaya, where normally people go to Gaya to offer Pindadan. So because here Nanda Maharaj did it, this place is as glorious as Gaya. Just by doing here, one gets that same benefit. Gaya Kunda. Okay, so we go to the Kamyavan, Surabhi Kunda. We hear the Bhajan Kutura Prabodhananda Saraswati, who is the uncle of Gopala Bhatta Goswami is here. And here the Surabhi Kunda, Surabhi cow, bathed Krishna, that pastime. Yes. Unchagram, Lalita Saki Mandir. So here Lalita Devi, Krishna's Ashra, Radha Krishna's pastime, we have this Ashra Sakis who are very dear to Radharani. So, and there are two principal Sakis, Lalita and Vishaka, who are more dear. And in that Lalita and Vishaka is a cool-tempered and Lalita is hot-tempered, in the sense, this is all to increase the pastimes, give that spice to the pastimes, adding flavor to the pastimes, adding the special mellow to the pastimes. Lalita Devi, she has a special, she will actually order Krishna, certain things, for the pleasure of Radharani. So this is a very special, temple of Lalita Devi, Lalita Saki Mandir. Davuji Mandir is Davuji, as we all know, is Lord Balarama, the elder brother of Krishna. Krishna Kanaya, Davuji Kabaya, Krishna Kanaya. Yes. So it's Lord Balarama's place. And then now we see Varsana. Varsana is Varsana temple, where actually, Radharani appeared in Raval, her appearance place, but she was, her palace, where Vrishabhanu Maharaj and his, Radharani's mother, Kirtida Sundari, they were, from Raval, they moved to Varsana, and there she was raised. And we see the very beautiful big palace. Even now we can see that very, very beautiful palace. And Radharani is a queen there, and so many wonderful pastimes with her Sakis, and also, happened in this Barsana hill. If you go there, it is amazing, beautiful deity. Radharani ki jai, Maharani ki jai, Barsane wali ki jai, jai, jai. So she belongs to the land of, Barsana. Yes. Prema Sarovar. Prema Sarovar, it is mentioned that it is a beautiful pond which is made out of the tears of Radha and Krishna. They were feeling great separation from each other. And the tears were gliding down from their eyes, and it formed together a very beautiful pond, Prema Sarovara. It is mentioned that anyone who puts drops of Prema Sarovara water, on their head, they will also awaken their love for Radha and Krishna. As the name goes, Prema, they will also get Prema, Krishna Prema. It's a Prema Sarovara. Sanket, this is actually between Barsana and Nandagram, in between place where many pastimes of Radha and Krishna happened. It is in between place of Nandagram and Barsana, Krishna's place and Radharani's place in between, where many pastimes happen in this Sanket Grama. And thousands of places are there, but because of we don't have time, we can keep on talking. But anyway, we will just go to one more place, Nandagram. Nandagram is a place where Krishna, we can see the house of Nanda Maharaj again. As I was telling, there are a few places where Nanda Maharaj was having his palace. We can see here very beautiful temple where we can see Nanda Maharaj, Mother Yashoda, Krishna, Balaram, all of them are there. It's Nandagaon, Nandishwar. So in Nandagram, Lord Shiva as Kshetrapal, he is Nandishwar Mahadev. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited all these places and he was in great ecstasy, singing and rolling on the ground. It is Lord Shiva always glorifies, that's why it's, Vishnu Sahasranama also, there are 1,000 names of Vishnu. So when Mother Parvati is asking Lord Shiva, for those who cannot say all the 1,000 names, what can they do? Then Lord Shiva says, 3 names of Rama is enough, for the 1,000 names of Vishnu. So Lord Shiva is very, very merciful, and that he actually helps the conditioned souls who are in the mode of, especially in the mode of ignorance. That's why you see the ghosts and goblins are always surrounding Lord Shiva, because he gives mercy even to the people who are in the most tamasic. So even who are very tamasic, he uplifts them, and brings them to the lotus feet of Krishna. So we can pray to Lord Shiva that, I am very low, I am sinking down, in the mode of ignorance, falling down, and my consciousness is so, impure. Dear Lord Shiva, please kindly, bless that I can, uplift my consciousness and I can actually get shelter to the lotus feet of Krishna. I can awaken my love for Krishna. So Lord Shiva will be very, very pleased to grant that boon, because he's Ashutosh, very easily pleased. So, in the Nandagram, he stands as a Nandishwar, as a hill also, he stands. So, very, very merciful Lord Shiva. Yes, Prabhu. Dadimantan, the yogurt pot pastime where Mother Yashoda, she was, making, this pastime of, Damodar pastime we see. So that pastime all happened in this place. In the Nandagram, we see all the childhood pastimes of Krishna, and the yogurt pastimes, and Krishna going to the gopis' house, breaking their pots, and Mother Yashoda, that Krishna breaking the yogurt pot in Yashoda's house, and how he was tied Arjuna trees. All this are there. Yes, Prabhu. Nrsimhadev Mandir is also there here. We can see it's very old, ancient temple of Nrsimhadev also there. Yashoda Kund, dedicated to Yashoda Maya, all the pastime places. Nanda Baba's Goshala. How many cows Nanda Maharaj has got roughly? Anyone knows?
9 lakh.
9 lakhs.
9 lakh cows. So many cows. And you just imagine Krishna wanted all the cows' shoes. Interesting, isn't it? Yes, Prabhu. Nanda Baba's Goshala. Sanatana Goswami's Bhajan Kutter is here. Rohini Kund. Rohini Kund is Balaram. Balaram's mother is called Rohini Devi, right? So that is this Rohini Kunda. That's why Balaram's favorite. This Rohini Kunda, many pastimes have happened. Balaram. Ter Kadamba is Rupa Goswami, we can see here. And here is where Rupa Goswami's Bhajan Kutir is there. And also this is a place where Krishna would call all his cows, who go into grazing. He will call by the name. Oh, Shyama, come. Surabhi, come. Like that, different names. Different cows have different names, and Krishna has also a counting bead. Just like we chant Hare Krishna, we have a counting bead of 108. Krishna also has got sets of 108, like that. He has important cows, and he also counting bead, he will count. And some cows are so sweet. Generally, when Krishna, at particular time, the cows will graze and come to one particular place, and then from here, Krishna will take them there. But sometimes the cows want Krishna to call their names, so they won't move unless Krishna calls few times. That the cows are also naughty, that Krishna they want to hear Krishna calling them, and then the cows will move. So like that, many beautiful pastimes in Ter Kadamba. And where Rupa Goswami, when he wrote a book, two books, Lalita Madhava and Vidagdha Madhava. One is about the union of Radha and Krishna, Radha and Krishna coming together, and another one is Radha and Krishna's separation. So when he was writing these books, when he was writing about the separation pastime, even the trees in the Ter Kadamba, you see, even the trees, they became very sorrow, and they will also, bow down. And you can see all the trees in Vrindavan, generally they are like bowing down mood, always in the mood of touching the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. That is the mood. And the leaves will fall off, expressing their great sadness, lamentation. So, and when Rupa Goswami was, writes about the union pastime, and then the trees and the flowers will also blossom. So, like that, they were also reciprocating. So, we can see that the whole Vrindavana is very lively, and it is Krishna, Radha and Krishna at the center of of Vraja. And this Bhauma Vrindavan, which we see in the material world, is non-different from Goloka Vrindavan. It's not that, this is Goloka Vrindavan is in spiritual world, so maybe this is not so great. Not like that. It is non-different. In fact, Krishna said to Radharani that Brahmaji, I have given a promise that I will come down, in this material world to enact pastimes, and I'll come to his planet. So, Radharani, I want you to come also. And Radharani said, I will only come if Giriraj comes, if Vrindavan is there and Yamuna is there. If they are there, I am coming. Then Krishna said, already they are all there. I have arranged everything. You just come. So then Radharani came. So this Bhauma Vrindavan in material world is non-different from Goloka Vrindavan. So, and these places and all, we can't stay for long also, because if our consciousness is not right, we may commit a lot of offense. In fact, there is a book called The Offenses to be Avoided Before Entering Dham. It's good to read that. It's not to discourage, but to be cautious, so that, we should not be spitting on the trees, spitting on the land, because the trees are all not normal trees. There are many saintly personalities who become trees and come and reside in Vrindavan for long. Like Uddhava, Uddhava became like a Gurmalata. He became like a blade of grass. And he is living still eternally there in Vrindavan, in the Uddhava Kunda, because he wants that gopis to stamp on his head. He wants all the dust of the gopis defeated by their pure love for Krishna. So this is all not ordinary place. And the waters and the plants, the trees, the insects, the animals, people, every single personality, moving and non-moving, are all glorious in Vrindavan. So we have to be so careful. We have to be very respectful towards everything, moving and non-moving. And everything has connection with Krishna, whether it is living entities or it is non-moving objects. Everything has got a connection, relationship with Krishna to be in that particular place. So if you see in that eyes only, we will be able to appreciate. So that's why they say that don't stay too much in Vrindavan, because then we may take it, familiarity breeds contempt. Then we may, it's okay, like that. So we have to be very respectful. Ter Kadamba, a lot of pastimes. Rupa Goswami Bhajan Kutir. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, we are almost there in Nardakund. Here, Nardakund is the place where Narada he became a Naradi Gopi. Narada dipped into this holy pond, and then he came out as a Gopi, Naradi Gopi, to enter into the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So this is Narada Kund. Surya Kund. Surya Kund, many pastimes of Radha and Krishna happened, in Surya Kunda. Also, the gopis all come here and perform, and even here Radharani, sometimes she used to cook for Krishna, Surya Kunda, because she got this very special benediction from Durvasa Muni, that Durvasa Muni, when she cooked and pleased Durvasa Muni gave a blessing, benediction. Of course, it's not like Durvasa Muni giving blessing to Radharani, because Radharani is she is a supreme goddess. But yet, in the past time, we see that Durvasa Muni gives this benediction that whatever Radharani cooks will taste like nectar, and whoever eats from the hand of Radharani will never go sick, and they will have a very long life. So Mother Yashoda, hearing that Radharani has got all these benedictions, she would always request Radharani to cook for Krishna. So Radharani would cook. Sometime, she comes here and she cooks. And sometimes she cooks in Yashoda Bhavan. That's why in the song Yashoda Bhavan, in the Bogarati song. And it's Radharani who cooks for Krishna. Yes. Gokul Mahavan, almost there. Okay, Sakata Banjana Sthana. The Shakatasura. Krishna killed the demon Shakatasura. That pastime happened here. Sakatasura. Krishna, when he was a small baby, he kicked the cart, and this demon who came as Sakatasura, and he was delivered. That pastime happened here. Yes. Trinavarta Badasala. Trinavarta, he came as a whirlpool, whirlwind, and he came to Krishna, and Krishna, when he lifted him, Krishna became heavy and heavier than the heaviest. And then, he choked and he fell dead. So that's Trinavarta Badasala. Okay, next, Putana demon. Because Gokul, as we all know, Krishna was in Mathura, right? From that, first he was brought. So the very childhood pastimes happened in Gokul Mahavan. In Gokula only all this. Then they moved to Vrindavan. So before that, it was Gokul. So all this little small child, Putana, Trinavarta, Sakatasura, all happened here. How Putana came to kill, and Krishna not only killed, but he gave the motherly position in the spiritual world for Putana. Yeah. Yashoda Bhavan, Yoga Maya Mandir is there. This is the beautiful Bhavan of Yashoda Maya, Krishna's mother. Nandaki Haveli, again another palace of Nanda Maharaj. The Yamala Arjuna tree, Nandakupa, Sabda Samudra Kupa, where this Yamala Arjuna, here it is actually, there is a well there, and near this pastimes also we see the Yamala Arjuna trees getting delivered. Banjana Tirtha, Utkala. See the Utkal, that mortar, grinding mortar, we can still see. When Mahaprabhu visited and he saw this Utkal, this grinding mortar, he became so ecstatic, and he performed a very ecstatic kirtan there. Yes. The Raval is the birthplace of Srimati Radharani, very beautiful place. How Radharani appeared, Vrishabhanu Maharaj, when he went to Yamuna and offered his prayers, and in the Yamuna river, the 1,000-petal beautiful golden lotus, and he could see a beautiful girl baby, and Vrishabhanu Maharaj picked up this beautiful baby girl and brought to the home, and Kirtida became very happy. But the girl is not opening the eyes, because the eyes were, looks like, the baby is blind. So they were very, very sad. Narada Muni came. Narada Muni said, do not worry, perform a name ceremony, perform a great ceremony, and then they called Krishna's mother and father, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda also for the ceremony. So all of them came. And then, Radharani was put on a small cradle, and she was lying there. And all the parents were busy talking, and the ceremony, the the full of festive mood was there. And then Krishna crawled and came, and then when Radharani smelled the fragrance of Krishna's body, transcendental body, immediately she opened her eyes, and the first person whom she saw was Krishna. So Radharani was waiting for Krishna to open her eyes. So the very beautiful pastime and all that. Raval, we can see this is a beautiful land. From Raval, then later they moved to Barsana. Srimati Radharani ki jai. So Vraja Mandal, so we are ending here. Actually, many more places to visit, but in the short time we thought how many we could cover. We will cover. Hope all could see, take darshan of various places today. And we are very thankful to Srila Prabhupada, because it is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada that we could actually see all these holy places. Srila Prabhupada could have stayed in Vrindavan, the beautiful Vrindavan Dham, when we see so simple, so wonderful, and it is the eternal pastime place of Radha and Krishna. Krishna says, I'm always in Vrindavan. But Prabhupada could have just stayed there in the Radha Damodar temple, peaceful life. But why Prabhupada has to leave all those comfort, and has to, go through so many challenges, even to take a ticket, get a ticket to go to, America. And on that journey also, 2 heart attacks and various challenges. And it's a no-man world, in the sense no one he knew before. And how many struggles we can see in the Leelamrita, Prabhupada Leelamrita, your ever well-wisher book. So many challenges. Why Prabhupada has to leave that Vrindavana? He left Vrindavana to give Vrindavana to the whole world. If Prabhupada has just stayed in Vrindavana, then no one else would have known about Vrindavan. But today we are sitting in UK talking about Vrindavan. People in Africa, America, all over the world now, thousands of temples and thousands of people have taken up to Krishna consciousness in all colors, in all background, from all backgrounds, chanting Hare Krishna, reading Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing Chaitanya Charitamrita, performing various, devotional service and establishing various temples. How is it possible? It is just because of this one personality who left Vrindavan to give Vrindavan to the whole world. So we are very grateful to Srila Prabhupada. So how can we be grateful? By actually appreciating what Srila Prabhupada has given, the gift of what Srila Prabhupada has given. He has risked all this and given this means now we are enjoying everything. So every single thing which we are doing is because of his mercy and the mercy of his disciples and the devotees. So we have to be very grateful and thankful for all of them. And then, it will be very wonderful that, we thank Srila Prabhupada for all the mercy which he has given us. And pray, Prabhu, probably if it is possible, you can take to the Vrindavan our Krishna Balram Mandir if possible. So it will be nice. So we offer our prayers. Prabhupada's Samadhi is also there, Samadhi Mandir there. And by following, so how we can be grateful, not just appreciating, but following, like chanting Hare Krishna, following 4 regulatory principles, reading scriptures, and also following the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada. Not we are comfortable, okay, I am following, I'm happy, but we also want to share it with others. That would make Prabhupada very happy. We want to assist and help Prabhupada. So that, Krishna Balram, we have Prabhupada Samadhi there, or okay, so so then in that way, what happens is that we will be able to please Srila Prabhupada, and then Radha Krishna will reveal to us because it's not by our own endeavor we can understand them. They have to reveal to us, and then we will be able to appreciate that. So we thank all of you, especially I thank Naveen Prabhu for putting the slides together. In fact, thousands of places. It's just we can't just cover that in a day, but we have a desire that Prabhu was telling that will be very nice. We can do one day special this thing on the different places with a little kirtan and this thing. Maybe in future if all of you desire so. We can do that elaborately because we did not cover. It is probably, I would say, 10% we have covered. So, but thank you so much for joining the parikrama today. We thank all of you for your, association. So I think we have here. I think today is Tevlin's birthday. A message has come. We will
Yes, Mataji.
greet him.
Please
So
give
before
the
that, Shri
blessing.
Vraja Mandal Parikrama ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. So let's Tevlin, we can wish him happy birthday.
Yes, please,
Uh,
Mataji.
Yes, where is he? Thank you, Prabhu. So we can take off the
He's
slides.
here, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Very
don't
good.
know how. Why? He's here, Mataji.
Okay. How old are you now?
14, Mataji.
14.
Yes,
Wow.
Mataji.
Wow, I saw you as a small boy. Okay. Interesting. Grown up.
You're blessing, Mataji.
So let's all chant 3 times for Tevlin for his healthy, long, Krishna conscious life ahead. So for a bright, auspicious, Krishna conscious future. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Happy Krishna conscious birthday to you. So today is a birthday, va? Happy birthday.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, very good. Very nice.
Thank you, everyone,
God
for
blessings of
blessing.
all the
Thank you,
devotees. So many of them join, and also today being this parikrama thing online.
Yes,
So many,
Mataji. Lot
thanks.
of blessings from
Yes.
Vrindavan, from you, from everyone, Mataji. Thank
Wonderful,
you.
wonderful. Thank
so
you
much.
very much. Okay, so we
Okay,
are.
thank you, Hare Krishna, everyone.
Thank you,
Mataji.
Tevlin. Thank you very much. We will show the Jagannath the darshan also, so you can
Oh,
take
yes,
the
Mataji.
last prayer. In the meantime, if Vivek Prabhu has got any announcements, then please share the announcements, and then we will show darshan.
Yes, Mataji. So today we have a special announcement regarding the East London Bhakti Vriksha registration form. So you might have seen the message from your different devotees and service team or your Bhakti Vriksha leader. So please try to submit this registration form as soon as possible. We are creating a centralized database for all our devotee group, even maybe kids, youth, teens, adults. Everyone has to register it. It's not like only per person, per family, one person. All the devotees should be registered, either any of the Bhakti Vriksha you are. So we are expecting approximately 300 to 400 devotees to register, including kids. So please help here to your Bhakti Vriksha leaders, your service leaders, your sector leaders to achieve it. So due date is 6th of February. So if you don't have a link, please contact your respective service team. So Heman Prabhu from Dwarka Dham, Topaji from Jagannath Dham, and Litan Prabhu from Ekchakra Dham, and I myself from Mathura Dham. So if you have any question, you can ask, but please fill it. It's just 1 minute job. You have to put some address, mobile number, and date of birth, and that's it. But you need a unique email ID to register. You can't use the same email ID twice. So that is the restrictions as of now. So now we can see Jagannath. Jai Jagannath. Jai Baladev.
Jai
Jai
Baladev, Jai Subhadra. Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra. Can you see?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah,
Jai Jagannath. Jai Baladev.
so they are in a golden dress.
Yes, very wonderful dresses.
So next week would be actually next Monday is actually Advaita Acharya's appearance day, which is a very, very special day for all of us. Advaita Acharya is, we see in the Panchatattva, Advaita, it is only by the mercy of Advaita Acharya that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came down, by his prayers. And Advaita Acharya is non-different from Vishnu and non-different from Lord Shiva. It's a combination. He's an Acharya as well. And so we thought next week, the CC class, we can have a special program because we have Panchatattva now here giving their merciful darshan and service. So next Monday evening will be Advaita Acharya's appearance day, celebration in the sense we can have darshan of Advaita Acharya and the pastimes, and probably other things. We will have a Abhishek in the morning, which maybe we will send a Zoom link you all can watch for Advaita Acharya. It is very special. The first time they have come, and Advaita Acharya's Abhishek going to happen. So we can send the Zoom link, and daytime you can watch that, and evening will be the special session on Advaita Acharya and some prayers and songs. So please join. So that's another thing which I would like to add to it. Yeah.
Thanks, Mataji,
Okay.
for
Yeah.
letting us know.
Okay. Thank you very much. Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani Sudarshan Chakra ki
Jai.
jai. Panchatattva ki jai. Gaur
Jai.
Nitai jai.
Jai.
Panchatattva ki
Jai.
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 Srila Prabhupada ki
Ad ki
jai.
jai.
Oh, Premanande Hari
Hari bol.
Bol.
Yes,
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Hari Bol.
Mataji.
Thank you so much.
Thank you much, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada ki jai. Gita
Bye.
Kalpataru ki jai.
Mataji, thank you so much for the wonderful darshan.
After